Is it as simple as just literally opening it up?
Release some of the gas?
Yeah, it makes instead of him vomiting, the stuff will come out here and he won't throw it up. You just pop this main tube off and hook it to a bag.
Is it?
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Because yesterday you could tell when I was there, like 6
What
o'clock.
do you think is causing him to be?
Well, I think his body hasn't had this much
Heal.
food in a long time. It's
Right.
trying to heal, and remember, he doesn't have a lot of intestine left.
Right,
He has
so
a
it's
decent amount. His bowel's adjusting, and that's okay. It's always better to push it to the limit.
Then not,
Yeah.
to be safe.
Is
Yeah.
your energy level better?
Not really.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. It's
So you
not.
had to walk me into that.
You had to walk
He's
around.
having labored breathing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, you're
2
going
weeks
to
out
have
of
all
surgery.
that stuff, which is just, you're having a big adjustment right now.
Only 2 weeks out of surgery, so you're right.
Yeah.
And chemo can start anytime.
I spoke to Richard Scher yesterday. I said,
Oh,
let's
okay.
get my guy going.
Oh.
Okay, good.
He was happy to hear that.
Aw.
Okay.
He's strong enough for chemo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have to do anything before?
I'm sure Dr. Scher knows. Ew, gross.
All right.
It's like having a baby, Dad. That's all.
And there's a lot of injuries on
It's hurting? Okay, hold my hand. You're okay. It's almost done.
All done.
Look at that.
Thanks.
And try pushing a 9-pound human out of you. See how that feels.
I didn't feel anything. Did you feel anything? I thought I was going to feel something at first. It turned out I didn't. I feel like he's smart ass, right? Yeah, like he's like, boy.
Well, he's used to that with me, so.
He's like, when you're gonna get better, you're gonna kick my ass.
I think
He used to fight with my brother-in-law over there. They used to always wrestle, right? Try to be a tough guy.
Soap and water on those. You can get them clean, soap and water, dry, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can't hurt it.
Yeah. They
I'll just-
dry up in what, a day or two?
Yeah. I usually just put this tape on there to keep them.
So he's close to being able to shower now?
You can shower.
Whenever he's strong enough, but he needs a nice shower.
One other question for us, Steve.
Um,
Yes.
What's that?
We
Hey,
asked your chemo.
I know we've
Any other
questioned.
questions? What do we got?
Well, the main thing was
The feeding
utilize
tube.
the feeding tube, which we
Okay,
always
yes.
have.
And the nose, and the chemo.
And so you're not concerned about the additional weight loss? I know we were trying to put weight on.
No, I think what's going to happen is I plan on him losing another 10. So from when you left the hospital.
Oh, you had given that.
I already
You
put
had
that
that
in.
in
I
mind.
already had that
Gotcha.
in mind. 'Cause
Okay.
no one's going to go home and your body's in what they call a catabolic state. You're in a complete breakdown state because your body is taking all the nutrients to heal this incision. Look, I mean, this
That's
incision looks
beautiful.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That has nothing to do with what I did. It has to do with your protein intake and your body's taking all the protein that it has to heal. This is not red. It's not leaking. This is not leaking. This looks good. The reason that all looks good is because you absorbed all your protein and stuff like that. So what you have to kind of weigh into consideration is the day you leave the hospital, all of the stuff that you take in is going to go to healing up your wounds and incisions. Once all these are healed up and everything else, then you'll start to slowly
Store
come
back
back
into
up.
his body.
You'll start to come back up. The thing is, what people make a critical mistake in the beginning is throwing a bunch of feeds and all that stuff in at first, and then what happens is then you become a victim of a feeding tube, and then you don't eat anymore, and then you're.
So that's why you were scared to do the feeding tube at first.
I didn't want to do the feeding tube because what's going to happen is you're going to feel full all the time.
And then
Not
You're
eating.
going to be getting great calories, and then you're not going to eat, and then all of a sudden you're going to go downhill. And
Okay,
these
so there was a
calories that
reason.
they give you are good calories, but it's not enough. The feeding calories are not enough, and I want bulk in your diet, not liquid.
Right.
Like there's more
See
protein
that
in
liquid
there's
has fit in?
yeah there's exactly and there's more protein in liquids or in solids than liquids.
Right.
The liquids you're not going to absorb that much. I'll be honest with you, because the Ensure is what they call a semi-elemental feed. You need a real elemental feed, which means basically if they give you stuff like Jevity and they give in the nursing home, it's not going to work for you.
Okay.
Because Jevity is not even a semi-elemental. It's a process. So what happens is it has to be broken down, cleaved, and absorbed. And it doesn't get absorbed until later on down the line in the intestine.
Mhm.
You don't have enough acids and cofactors and stuff like that to cleave that for you to get absorbed. You need an elemental feed, which costs a ridiculous amount of money, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a vial of it.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
So for you to have that, it's not necessary.
Okay.
Bolus feeds with Ensure, you'll get some extra calories at night, you'll get some extra protein, but you're only going to absorb about 10% of the can that you put in.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
right? So you can imagine by doing 2 bolus feeds at night, it's going to make you feel full.
You really, what do you, yeah.
And the way you feel full is your stomach gets stretched. So if you were to drink a bunch of water, you'd feel full.
Right.
But there's no calories in water.
Nothing, right.
So you'd be like, oh, I'm just, it would send a signal to your brain, your stomach's stretched, it's full.
Okay.
Your stomach sends a signal, it's an acetylcholine, it's like a neurotransmitter. So it can't tell the difference between food and water.
Right.
So what's going to happen is you're going to get a bolus feed at night, which is fine. Wait till about an hour. Maybe what time you go to bed? Around 9 o'clock or
Yeah,
so?
10, 9 to 10.
10 o'clock. Right at 10 o'clock, take a bolus feed. Keep the head of your bed, right? Because now you're putting liquid. Liquid's easy for you to
Throw
vomit
up.
and aspirate it. So,
So what do we do?
Keep him
the head of your
elevated a
head
little bit.
elevated, yeah.
Okay.
maybe put it in at what time do you finish eating? Around 7:30 at night?
7.
Give or take every
7.
day,
So
yeah.
maybe at 9 o'clock, while you're sit up in the chair or the
Right.
recliner, have a bolus feed. Put 1 can in
And then.
at like 9. 1 can in at 9:30. Stay up till 10 o'clock.
Let it
as long as you
digest
can.
a
Let
little
it
bit.
keep going down, and that'll be that.
That makes sense.
Okay.
That'll be the best thing for you. And I think you'll start to slowly gain weight. I mean, you only lost 3 pounds when I thought you were really going to lose about 7. Are you flushing water through there?
Yes.
Okay, good.
No, when he
Today I didn't yet.
she was saying something about like putting water in there since he's not drinking enough. Does that actually
Yeah.
that's good? That's considered with his
He took
hydration because he's
Some
not.
of those things, you know.
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay, because he is drinking water, but it's impossible for him to drink as much water as he is. So you can use that as a
Yeah,
water
of course.
supplement.
On the
If you can't
day-
guess,
That's
you
what she's
can
doing. Alicia, the lady that's helping us, has been doing that for us.
Unclip it and put it in a bucket, and that's it.
If
you
you
feel
bucket
like
of
you're
water
guessing.
It doesn't matter. No, just throw it in a regular bucket.
His teeth fell out. I got
Yeah, don't mind his teeth; they fell out.
I love it.
Right next to my big
Just
bag.
adds to your look, man.
I love
Right
it.
next to
It's
my
all
big
coming
bag.
together now.
So if he because yesterday he was feeling very gassy at 6 o'clock, like to the point where we didn't know if he can get Gas X or anything like. But
Yeah,
it probably
you-
could have been as simple as using this tube, which
You
he
can take
we
Gas
were
X over the
scared.
counter. It's
Not a big deal,
It's
yeah.
80 milligrams. It's the same thing as I would write.
Miloconda.
Same thing.
Miloconda is what I give my daughter.
Same thing. Yeah, it's Gas X.
Um,
They're throwing up, use this, okay? Makes sense.
Remember
Yeah, if you're
that?
nauseous and you're
Just
nauseous,
uncap it.
uncap it and let it drain out. Even if it pours out a liter of stuff, don't worry about it.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Okay.
And you don't have to stress air because remember that she was saying something about air. You have to she twisted
Oh,
it
yeah,
like
she
that because she was scared air
Clamps
gets in.
it.
She's.
But then I was like,
Let me tell you something.
how would it come out if we're clamping it? So how does that?
First of all,
So that's why we need to
pay
little attention to her.
It sounds like whatever she tells you.
Do the opposite.
Listen, don't worry. Let me tell you. If I were to take a syringe and blow a liter worth of air in there, okay, it's going to come out 2 ways. You're either going to burp it out or you're going to fart it out.
Right.
Right.
It's one or the other.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt you. It's not like I'm sticking a bunch of air in your blood vessels, okay? You're putting air into a cavity. It's either going to burp back,
coming out one way
burp
or
it out.
another.
It's going to come out in the bag as gas. You can't hurt it, man. Nothing you can do. If you pop it off and it drains out 5 liters, okay, so you say, all right, now I gotta make up for that, right? If it drains a liter in the bucket, don't even give it a second thought, man. Don't be like, oh man, am I obstructed again?
Right.
There's
Well,
nothing.
that's what he
it's-
was
It's
thinking.
the
He
you're
was.
wide open, dude.
That's
it's
what I
the
said, I'm
Holland
like-
tunnel in there.
In 2 weeks, there's no way you're obstructed again. He was all
There's no
nervous.
way.
I think I'm partially
We get there
blocked.
telling us they're corn blockers, food blockers.
Don't
No.
worry
Don't
about
listen
it.
to her, that's all.
A piece of corn, look, it's physically impossible. You got to block it.
What about the hamburger that you ate?
Or
that
it says
you
getting
said
through
was
the ileum,
stuck?
they can't get through the ileum, it said.
Who said that?
Oh, everybody's been talking about magazines, the people.
First of all, the terminal
off the
ileum is a
computer.
one-way valve. I've already bypassed that.
Okay. See?
The intestine
this
coming
really-
out of your bag is this
Ileum.
big around. It's literally this big
That's the
around.
ileum.
One little piece of corn this
It's gotta
big.
fly
And even a
through.
hamburger's not gonna.
Hamburger's not going to clog
So
it
there's
up.
really no
Nothing.
restrictions. As
That was
far
what
as
he
what
was
you
The
do.
only thing is meats may not.
Every single day, all
Just
day.
chew it more.
Right.
Just chew it more.
That's
Exactly.
all.
Okay, break it down.
And
as
the
much
thing
as you
is, the
can.
reason why some people think corn is because corn is a cellulose-based.
It's one of those things that comes out just the way it looks.
Because you can't break it down. We
Yeah.
don't have the ability.
It looks just
The only
like-
ones who have the ability to break down cellulose are cows,
Wow.
right?
And you're not a cow.
They
Well,
ruminate,
thank
right? Like they have a bunch of stomachs, right? And they have the ability to break down. I mean, corn is like eating a piece of loose leaf paper, right? It's cellulose. You're never going to be able to break it down. It's okay. Is it bad for you to have? No. Anyone who tells you you shouldn't have corn is a loser. All right? I'm serious.
Because he
Eat
loves corn on the cob.
whatever you want. Corn on the cob.
you. You eat corn on the cob.
There are some nutrients. There's a little bit of vitamin A. There's
And
some
it's not like you're
minerals. There's minerals in corn that's okay for you. You're not going to break down the wall of the corn and stuff like that, but you're going to get the nutrients out. Are you taking a multivitamin, Centrum?
I was given, I have it. I will
We-
give it
now
to
we
you.
can
That
do
was
that.
another question. I didn't know what to do.
Yes.
Give him a Centrum
I
vitamin.
was
every
giving
day.
him a B complex.
Give him that, but give him a Centrum too.
Centrum,
No.
okay. I have it.
And the last thing would be just anything with
Centrum
a bag.
only though. Don't give him anything else. Don't give him any store name brands. It has
Centrum.
to be Centrum.
Centrum. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine.
What bag, honey?
Just you guys have been having a nightmare
Yeah,
with
we've
this
been
bag.
having
Is that
trouble
I know
with
it's not his
things
problem, but
sticking.
do you have any questions? Because
Hollister's the best. They are gonna order that
The
for me.
bags keep coming
It's been a
off.
They'll
nightmare.
come Friday.
I gave you some
Friday
bags. I
every
gave you
day.
some bags. Did
Yes,
any,
you did.
any
you
of that
gave
stuff
more
work?
than enough. Yeah.
Did any of that stuff
Yes,
work?
but I'm at, I don't have enough bags.
Well, we
I
ordered
have to-
stuff though.
No, what's happening is either I'm pulling
They
them
ordered
off,
them for me.
or they're coming off.
Did you guys get the thing from the Beauty Foundation yet?
No.
Any paperwork in on that?
No. What is
Okay.
it
We'll look
coming
out
in the
for
mail?
it.
It's coming in the mail. So
Just look out for your mail.
it's definitely coming in the mail. They said that it's between $2,000 and $5,000.
Okay.
The most that they can give is 5,000. So
That's
I put in
amazing.
for that. So
Of course.
Thanks.
and yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
sent the
amazing.
letter. All that stuff will be. It's in. So it maybe take a week or two
Yeah.
to process.
Wow. Yeah, you're amazing.
So
Thank
that'll
you
be
so
good.
much.
So yeah, he was at my daughter's birthday cake on Monday, and that was when we called you at 9,
Yeah.
10 o'clock at night. It was my daughter's first birthday, and he's just sitting there, and all of a sudden it just
Here.
everywhere, just leaked everywhere.
The gas is coming?
So now would we?
You could pop that.
Pop that?
Pop that
top
open.
of
And again, that's all
Well,
related
not
to the
yet,
fact
because it'll
that
come all over the place.
his
We'll
body
do it.
now is not used to him eating this much because
Exactly.
of everything that's gone on inside.
So you're still giving him
And you
hope.
see you're leaning back. Why don't you sit up? That'll make you feel a little bit better.
He was almost about to pass out when we got up here, so we laid him.
He's okay now.
Take your time.
So do you
He
think
gets
as far as
himself all nuts.
the weight loss would maybe kind of plateaued with that, or you may still lose a little bit more?
No, I think he's plateaued with weight loss
Okay.
because
So
he's.
now we should start.
Yeah, I'm gonna put your legs
The
down.
healing process is a little. That makes
Yeah.
sense what you were
He
saying.
didn't bottom out. I mean,
Right.
He bottomed
Okay.
out.
He bottomed out better than you thought he would.
Yeah, he bottomed out better than I
What
thought.
do you do?
Okay.
If I'm sitting here, I said,
Oh, I said not here because they don't have a bucket.
oh, okay.
Here, put it here. Here you go.
So this is his book. Should we continue to just kind of keep a little
Pop this
food
out.
journal just to have?
You want to just hold this in the bag and just hold the
Yeah.
bag as you walk out?
Yeah,
Perfect.
okay.
But
You
just
guys
like
were
this.
asking how you go about getting a handicap.
Oh, yeah, how do you do that?
Metzger?
Primary?
No, I don't know. We'll ask Tiffany. She may know how to do it.
Okay.
This, I think he's a pretty good candidate right now.
Hold that there, and this will drain in there, and maybe relieve some of that pressure.
So all in all, you're not overly concerned with him. You still give us all
You
this
look-
hope.
you look
He looks
great.
fine. Good.
You
See?
look great. You look better
We're
this week
waiting
than
for
you
you
did
to-
last week.
I
I'll
said
tell you
that.
That's what I said.
You look a
Definitely.
lot better.
You're still giving him hope. See, Pops? Not writing you off yet.
Do we have any idea how quickly then the chemo's going to start, or that's up to Dr. Scherer?
No, I told him to start it now.
Okay.
So I think you're
Alright,
gonna. Why don't you go see him this week?
Go Friday
I'll call him
maybe.
tomorrow, make an appointment.
Make an appointment. Go ahead and start it. And the thing is, chemo's gonna make you tired again.
Mhm.
You got to battle this food thing. All right. You got to force it down. Don't pick at it. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you say you eat these big portions, but what's actually happening is you're taking a couple little bites of that.
If
That's it.
if the eggs is filling you up,
He's eating a whole egg,
He ate a
definitely.
whole egg.
eat a whole egg. Then you know what? At lunchtime, eat 5 pieces of bacon.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just say, you know what? I don't feel like eating a bunch of crap,
Just
like
eat.
a bunch of bulk,
Right.
right? Just cook them some thick bacon, slabs of bacon.
Why can't
Just
my
eat a
doctor
bowl of
prescribe
bacon,
that for me?
right?
I want a doctor to tell me to eat bacon all day.
No, you're not allowed.
You don't want
I
to eat
think,
turkey.
so the stuff that you are finishing and the stuff that you can get down, I think is the stuff that you need to eat more of.
And he
Right?
does like the
Instead of getting
milkshakes,
these big meatball
the
sandwiches
McDonald's
and only
There's
use
no
2
more
bites of
meatball
them.
sandwich.
Huh? What's that?
Meatball sandwich.
Well, I
Why not?
He likes the sweet.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, not every day,
Versus
yeah.
getting
White
these
bread.
big
Gotcha.
meals
Yes, yes, yes.
that he's going to take 2
Mhm.
bites of.
Right.
Why
Right.
not focus on the
Meatball
stuff that you
sandwich.
know he's going to finish all
Yeah,
of?
if you like. Just now at this point, you got to eat whatever you like.
And he's doing okay
Yeah.
with the chicken nuggets. I bought those chicken nuggets. I made them for him at my house the other day. He had like 3. It was
And
good.
mashed potatoes, so we're getting there.
He likes mashed potatoes a lot. He likes
Okay.
chicken nuggets.
Alright.
And he likes eggs. Maybe
Well,
hard
But if you've
boiled.
plateaued and then you can slowly start putting weight on, I would imagine outside of the side effects from the chemo, you should start getting some
You're going to start.
strength back.
Now
and
you're
some
going to
energy
start bulking up.
back. Yeah.
And you think the shortness of breath is just
I think
happening
he's just
because
weak.
of the
Yeah.
fact that he hasn't
Yes.
walked right? Because
Very weak.
I think it's a whole
he was
combination of
he
things,
was
yeah.
concerned about it. So I just want him to hear from you
Plus,
that
you're having food and that tube in your stomach. Sometimes acid can reflux up and go down, and
Right.
it makes you feel a
Just
little
a-
short
it's
of
a-
breath.
That's
And you,
what pill.
it's a marathon right now. You just
Yeah.
gotta slowly get there.
All right, good, well.
Good
Good.
visit.
Maybe we're gonna make you look like 50 again, instead of 80.
yeah,
You get those teeth back in, maybe.
Yeah. I love it. You look good, man.
It's his Halloween costume. He's keeping it going.
I think Olivia's scared of them.
No.
Yeah, I can go to the graveyard and scare me.
No, they're not.
No,
Not at all.
No.
they don't care.
I think you're gonna feel now. It's
You're handsome either way, Pops.
that's right. You bottomed out, meaning like now you look the worst you look.
Only where to hope to go
Yeah,
up.
Now you're only going to feel, and the more weight that you put on, the
You're-
better you're going to
Hey, you gotta
feel.
return to your
And I'm
movie star
telling you,
status.
in about a month from now, you're going to feel like a new man.
See, there's an end. You need to hear that
Okay.
there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's what he's been waiting.
You're pretty much the only one he listens to.